This is the demo for week 2 of work cycle 1 for the Noh Theater project. This is going to be just our first recorded demo. We're just going to show a little bit of a design prototype, or a little bit of a prototype for the application. So what we have here is not in any way, shape, or form what the final thing will look like, but it's an example of us prototyping how playing a video would actually update other components on the screen. So in this case, we have a video of one of the Kiri. I'm going to forward this a little bit. The first change in dance style that we have is about 29 seconds. We'll get a little bit further along there. You can see that the time is updating as we go. Once we hit that 29-second mark, the application is reading from a piece of JSON data, the timestamps, and it's pulling out what dance style corresponds to that time, the current time in the video, and then showing just a short video which shows that particular dance style. And you can see this, it'll change again in a moment here. So you can see that what we have is an example of an application where all the components are sort of aware of and responding to the single sort of source of truth, which is the current time of the main video. What this gives us is a basic framework for how to build out what will be the actual application. Yes. Where we'll have the components, which are actually the pieces of the timeline, pieces of the sidebar, all sort of respecting and corresponding to what's happening in that central video. So this gives us a sort of way to start on that. And that's the end of the technical demo for this sprint.
Okay, so my turn. Let me share my screen, and this is for the recording, and this is the first demo of the main layout of the video player. And I think with this we can discuss about how you could interact with the timeline and with the sidebar that has all the information that with the events that are happening on the play. So this is like it's a very simple but interactive prototype where there are some actions that trigger images with different states of the application. And basically on the left side we have a sidebar with all the information that I could get from the website about the things that could be happening at the same time in the play. On the right side, we have the play itself, the video itself, and on the bottom, we have the timeline with the different events and like a global perspective of anything. So basically, if we interact with, for example, I said like some points like this one, for example, if we scroll over these dots, we can see which event is happening in this section. And for example, if we click on that, we could see the information that is the showdown is Ageuta and the elements that are that are happening at this time, in this selected time. When I unselected that, it comes back to the point where the timeline is at this moment. Here in the I'm a bit messy because I talked the other day with Francois, and he saw a little bit, so I suppose that things are already known. But in the timeline, we have different timelines. The first one is the showdown that gives us like an image of the levels of synchronization in the intermedia level, and it's divided in 2 acts. The first one is until here, and the second one is the rest of the play. Francois told us that there are 2 important showdowns or sections in the play that are Kusei and Kiri. So I wasn't sure if this is enough to highlight them, but I think maybe we could have some kind of information that to show which sections are this. And below that, we have different timelines for music that is subdivided in sound and rhythm, and dance that is divided on structural patterns, decorative patterns and dances, and stage directions. We also have here, with these checkboxes, we can toggle off and on the different timelines, and with this one, the intermediate graph, we can open the graph in a big way that overlaps the rest of the timeline. So, and still we could have information here, like for example, see in which, for example, this says, okay, sorry, the label on this tooltip is not okay. It's just a matter of text.
Yeah.
But it would indicate the showdown that we are scrolling over. And so if we untoggle it, if we click on one of these elements that are supposed to be events, if we put our mouse over on that, we have some information, but when we click it, the information is updated on the sidebar. So basically, this is the interaction. I think we also can have here on the right side, like two functions of zooming in and out. And I think that's all the interactions that they can have. And I also have some questions for you, because I don't know if these points should be more specific in timeline. Like for example, sound should be, say, if the no-con is non-congruent, or if just it's like a big section that, and the specific information is shown on the sidebar on the left side. So,
wow, you guys, it's incredible. I can both feel it's just wow, Juan Pablo, this is fantastic.
Maybe we should stop recording now.
Oh, sorry.
We're gonna stop recording and we'll edit it. Thank you very much, Juan Pablo.
okay.
Juan Pablo,